Have you ever wondered what happens when two of Nigeria's most influential voices clash? Not over music or entertainment, but over the future of activism itself. Recently, a heated exchange between VeryDarkMan and Seun Kuti has sparked widespread debate across Nigeria and beyond. At first glance, it may look like another celebrity feud, but beneath the headlines lies a much bigger question. Who has the greater power to influence society today? Is it the traditional political activist fighting for systemic change, or the digital influencer delivering immediate results through social media? Today, we're taking a geopolitical look at what this conflict really means for Nigeria, Africa, and the future of political influence. Let's begin. VeryDarkMan has become one of Nigeria's most recognizable digital activists. Through social media, he investigates alleged scams, challenges celebrities, exposes fake products, and publicly pressures institutions to respond to ordinary Nigerians' complaints. Unlike traditional activists, he doesn't rely on political organizations or established civil society groups. His power comes directly from millions of followers who amplify his message online. Supporters argue that this model works because it produces immediate action. In his recent response to Seun Kuti, VeryDarkMan listed what he described as evidence of his impact. He claimed that fake cream vendors have become more cautious. More products now display NAFDAC registration numbers. Celebrities have reduced promotions of questionable investment schemes. And numerous individuals have recovered money, land, and even missing family members through cases he publicized. He also highlighted community projects, including providing clean water, renovating schools, and supporting vocational training for young Nigerians. Some of these claims have received public attention, while others would require independent verification. But regardless of whether every claim can be confirmed, the larger message is unmistakable. VeryDarkMan believes activism should be measured by practical results. His argument is simple. If people are seeing real improvements in their lives, then that is meaningful political influence. On the opposite side stands Seun Kuti. As the son of the legendary Fela Kuti, Seun represents one of Africa's longest-standing traditions of political activism. For decades, the Kuti family has challenged military rule, corruption, inequality, and foreign influence in African politics. Their activism has always been rooted in ideology, structural reform, and resistance against systems of power. From this perspective, helping individuals is important, but it does not necessarily solve the deeper political and economic structures that continue to produce poverty, corruption, and injustice. This difference explains why the disagreement between VeryDarkMan and Seun Kuti has attracted so much attention. It is not simply about personalities. It is about two competing philosophies of activism. One focuses on solving immediate problems. The other focuses on changing the system itself. This distinction is not unique to Nigeria. Across the world, traditional political movements are increasingly sharing public space with digital influencers who mobilize millions through smartphones instead of political parties. Countries like Kenya, India, Brazil, and even the United States have witnessed the growing political influence of online personalities. Social media has dramatically changed who gets to shape public opinion. Political influence is no longer reserved for elected officials, journalists, or established activists. Today, anyone capable of building public trust can become a powerful political actor. This brings us to one of the most important geopolitical questions raised by the VeryDarkMan and Seun Kuti debate. Who actually holds power in modern democracies? Governments still possess legal authority. They pass laws, collect taxes, and control state institutions, but public influence increasingly belongs to those who command attention. Digital creators can force government agencies to respond, they can influence elections, they can shape national conversations, they can even pressure corporations into changing their behavior. Political scientists describe this as soft power. Unlike military or economic power, soft power comes from the ability to influence people through credibility, persuasion, and public trust. VeryDarkMan's growing popularity suggests that many Nigerians increasingly trust digital activism to address issues they believe formal institutions have struggled to resolve. Whether that perception reflects the experience of most Nigerians is a matter of debate, but it illustrates a broader concern about institutional confidence. When citizens increasingly turn to influencers instead of public institutions for accountability, it raises important questions about governance and public trust. This is not necessarily a sign that governments have become irrelevant. Rather, it shows that new actors are emerging alongside traditional institutions. At the same time, Seun Kuti's position reminds us that solving individual cases does not automatically produce lasting political reform. Recovering money for one victim is valuable. Helping a community gain access to clean water is important. But these achievements do not necessarily eliminate the systemic conditions that created those problems in the first place. That is why many political thinkers argue that effective societies need both forms of activism. They need people who respond to urgent crises, and they need people who challenge the deeper political and economic systems behind those crises. Perhaps that is the biggest lesson from this debate. VeryDarkMan and Seun Kuti are not simply arguing with each other. They represent two different generations, two different political philosophies, and two different ideas about how societies create meaningful change. One believes change begins with immediate action. The other believes lasting change begins with transforming institutions. The future of Nigeria may depend not on choosing one approach over the other, but on finding ways for both to strengthen democratic accountability. As Africa's largest democracy continues to evolve, one thing is becoming increasingly clear. Political influence is changing. It no longer belongs exclusively to governments or political parties. It also belongs to those who can earn public trust, mobilize communities, and shape national conversations in the digital age. Whether that influence comes through revolutionary ideas or practical action remains one of the defining political questions of our time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this geopolitical analysis and want more in-depth videos exploring politics, global affairs, and the forces shaping Africa and the world, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next analysis. I'd also love to hear your perspective. Do you think effective activism is measured by immediate results or by changing the system itself? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's continue the conversation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.